Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cycling Dane channel. We are back after a bit of a hiatus, but we are we are end of December at a transfer, and it is one of the biggest stars of cycling. Mark Cavendish has announced the team he's going to finally. As always, I'm joined by Mr. Kruger himself, Ewan Wilson. And Ewan, what is the story here? Mark Cavendish, we've been following this saga for, well, the whole transfer period.
Yeah, well, Mark Cavendish's contract was in uncertainty. It was announced early in the season that it would not be renewed with Quickstep, which is going to become Soudal Quickstep in the new year. Therefore, there was a fight for the British sprinter, the man who's tied with Eddy Merckx as the most successful rider in terms of stages in Tour de France history. Beginning, there were multiple sources leading to certain places, including EF. They were in the fight. However, B&B Hotels ended up securing the signature of Cavendish. He said he was going to go to the squad. Jerome Pinot was very bullish with his ambitions, and B&B Hotels kind of became the figureheads of the transfer season, with big names coming into the squad, also with big sponsorship names maybe on the shirt for next year. Some of those sponsors included Carrefour, also included Amazon France, as well as an energy company in France. Alongside that, Anne Hidalgo, mayor of Paris, also confirmed that the city of Paris would be giving its name to the team, but not for money. However, as the season progressed, this project looked to be more and more fragile. In October, it was looking more and more futile. They were missing UCI deadlines. For teams, they have to actually submit their intent to be on the pro circuit, the World Tour level. B&B Hotels missed that deadline, and at the beginning of December, we can announce that they are officially not going to exist next year. Their names are not on the list of licensed teams for 2023, which does make things interesting for some of the riders involved, including Mark Cavendish. And with B&B officially dying, this then launched what can only be described as a lifeboat mission for Mark Cavendish. And along came the squads. Human-powered health seemed to be an option. The American Pro Continental squad. The manager of San Puran, British Continental squad, also said that he would take Cavendish on as a sort of stepping stone towards World Tour level in 2024. However, what is appearing to be the strongest rumor from our sources, including Gazzetta dello Sport, which have very good links to Astana Qazaqstan, is that Mark Cavendish will be moving to Astana Qazaqstan in the new year. He's going to fly out and join the team at the training camp this week, as of the time of recording. So that is the story. One hell of a narrative, to be fair. Quite the story that I think we've all been quite invested in, and we somewhat have a happy ending.
Yeah, you're definitely right. It's been such a up and down, and it's such a shame that B&B Hotel aren't going to be a team. I know for one, you were very excited about this team, but yeah, alas, that is the world of cycling. But Astana, Ewan, it's not really well. We've spoken about them a number of times. We're looking at their record in the seasons. They seem to be not the most prolific team in terms of winning stages or even winning sprints. They're mainly focused on GC Grand Tours. Look at this year where they had top tens in all the three Grand Tours. But is this a good fit? Because then, yeah, they're not renowned as a sprinting team. They've had Andrea Guarduini winning stages in the Tour de Langkawi, if that is something to be happy about. But do you think this team, first of all, is it a good fit? He speaks Italian, we assume.
Yes,
It's
yeah, he does.
primarily an Italian team for the most part. But yeah, is Astana a good fit? And we'll talk later about the Tour de France aspirations as well.
Exactly. I mean, Astana, this isn't a natural place you put a sprinter. Yeah, you mentioned that they haven't won an awful lot of stages, particularly sprints, in the past couple of years. 2019, almost pre-COVID break, they were a team that would win high-level races. They were sort of ticking off a number of big stage wins at the UCI World Tour level. However, those days seem to be behind us. They're sort of steady eddies in the GC race with the guys looking at Vlasov last year, with Nibali. and Lutsenko this year. We're not going to talk about Miguel Angel Lopez. He won't be with the project next year. That's a different story. However, we do have a couple of sprinters on this squad. Maybe not the names that scream Tour de France victory, but the good Russian sprinter, he's young, Gleb Syriza, is just 22 years of age. He won a stage at the Tour de Langkawi, but he does seem quite promising as well. He's had a number of solid results this year, including second on a stage at the Tour of Norway and at the Tour of Slovakia. So I think he's a good prospect. Looking deeper into this train, well, they've got a couple of engines to set things up. Even Gianni Moscon, I think, could be quite a good engine to set up a sprint train, but it doesn't quite scream sprint victory. We don't correlate that with Astana.
Yeah, I should just say I'm nothing against the Tour of Langkawi. I actually do like that race a lot, but I was just saying that it's not a Grand Tour. But well, you said we shouldn't really touch on the Miguel Angel Lopez termination, but do you think that kind of has opened up a window to some respect to this Mark Cavendish transfer, with them not having him in the team compared to some of the other teams that he was looking at?
To some extent, yes. We're at the point in the season now where lots of teams are full. EF is full, that's confirmed. We saw Axel Laurence, another casualty of the B&B saga, really promising French sprinter who came second at the Bretagne Classic this year. He signed to Alpecin-Deconic's development squad because their main squad was full, but he'd signed with the promise of moving up after the end of the 2023 season. I don't think Cavendish would have done that. I don't think he quite fits into a development squad. And he is someone who should really find his way onto a very strong Pro Continental or a World Tour team. And he does have that lifeboat here. Lopez, I mean, the financial side of it, yes, Lopez probably would have taken up quite a lot of money, and to pen Cavendish as well would take quite a lot of finance. It seems like Cavendish is safe with Astana as an option. They don't really have any big, they have huge names going into next year with no Superman Lopez and no Nibali. That really does open up the door.
So yeah, that kind of moves us on to our final point of discussion, the Tour de France 2023. He's looking to surpass Eddy Merckx now with a record of 35 wins at least. And Ewan, do you think this is, well, we've spoken about that they're now missing a big profile, and potentially he could have the command of the team. Gianni Moscon potentially one of the components that could be part of a eventual lead out train. He has shown in the past that he can work without lead out trains, but he is getting a bit older now. So do you think this is the best option for him in terms of getting a Tour de France stage? Do you think it's going to happen? I know it's pure speculation now. We don't even know who's going, but do you think he has a good chance of doing it based on what we've seen in 2022?
I don't necessarily think it's the best option on the board here. Then there are other options that could have been a little bit more fruitful.
St. Piran. St. Piran.
Yeah, but unless they hijack the ASO database and give themselves a wild card, that's not happening anytime soon. But yeah, I mean, he will have some almost total command of the Tour de France squad next year, we believe. However, will Astana be able to squash that GC position that they've had over the past 20 years? This is a team that's won Tours de France, they've won GD, and they've also won the Vuelta. This is a team that is successful at Grand Tour racing. Will they be able to silence that voice at the back of the head that easily? Are they also a team that could orchestrate a sprint train and so forth? They have taken on some good signings in the off-season in terms of Martin Laas is coming into the squad, good Estonian sprinter, strong guy. And rumor has it that Case Bol, another victim of the B&B saga, will also be jumping ships. He was kind of a lead-up man at this year's Giro d'Italia for Alberto Dainese. So maybe he'll slot into a role to lead out Mark Cavendish at the Tour de France. This year's route for the Tour de France provides a couple of sprinting opportunities once the peloton have negotiated the Pyrenees in the first week of racing. If Cavendish can stay within the time cut over those first couple of Pyrenean days, then I think he's in with a shout here.
So that's basically it for our brief discussion here of the Mark Cavendish transfer to Astana. It basically shocked everyone. So make sure to comment down below what you thought of this Cavendish transfer. Do you think it fits? Do you think he's going to break the record next year? Let us know all down in the comment section. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and of course, as always, thank you for watching and have a nice day.